How's it going, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to yet again another video and another SoFi update where we're going to break down the charts, my thoughts, of course, what I'm doing, and we have to dive into the options chain in this video, go over what options I'm looking to sell right now. But first, of course, take a sip of your coffee, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, join my free email stock newsletter if you guys want, and check out my Patreon for my up-to-date portfolio updates. All of those are down below, and now let's dive into it. So it's almost noon on the East Coast, and we have SoFi down just about 0.5% right now, not much, about 5 cents in the red. It's trading at $13.60. And the entire stock market, by the way, on a side note, is looking pretty good right now. Very good, actually. The S&P 500 is up around 0.5%. It's pretty much been uptrending the entire day, which you guys can see here on the intraday. So SPY's up on the day nicely. QQQ is moving along as well, up almost 0.75% on the day, trading at 526. Looks like here the Russell is actually leading the green today, up 1.5%, breaking back over 2,100 points, up 30 points on the day so far. And the Dow Jones, guys, we're up about 0.3%. Up 150 points as the VIX keeps on going down. Volatility's coming down. It is down 2.3%. The VIX is at 18, actually just under 18 points as of right now, which is pretty remarkable considering where it was just about a month ago, a couple of weeks ago. I mean, the VIX got all the way up to about 60 points. And now I just realized it's more like 2 months ago. It's already early June. Man, 2025 is going by fast. But yeah, about 2 months ago, the VIX was at 60 points. And now we're at what, 17, 18. So obviously it's come down a lot for many, many reasons, which I'm sure you guys know kind of what's going on here in the macro. We're not going to talk too much about that in this video, but yeah, VIX is down. Markets are up nicely today. SoFi, which is down a little bit right now, was actually up earlier. We were looking pretty good this morning. In fact, this morning we hit $13.83, which brought us above the highs from yesterday. You guys probably remember yesterday we hit about what, 1370. So we took out that high. Today we actually took out the highs from Friday as well, and Thursday with today's move, and Wednesday for that matter. So now we're actually trading, even though we're down 0.5% on the day, we're trading at a multi-day high on SoFi stock. Pushing slightly, well, we did this morning, out of the highs from last week, which is good. And on this 10-day, 30-minute chart, you can see SoFi now is, above these moving averages. We have a golden cross in play right now, and it kind of looks like we're starting to push this $14 level, which I've been pounding the table. I've been telling you guys, $14 is the spot to break. It needs to break. We haven't done it yet, but we've been testing it the last week, 2 weeks at this point. And ultimately, if we break $14, I've been saying this, I'll say it again, that's where I think we're going to really start to take off. But at this point, man, it is a patience game. And if I zoom in on this 4-hour chart, we can kind of see the wedge that we talked about yesterday. Do you guys remember that in my video? Yesterday, we're starting to break out of it on SoFi slightly, not fully breaking out of the wedge by any means, but that comes back to $14, $14.50. That needs to break, and if we're able to really start taking out the wedge, really start breaking the neckline here of the head and shoulders, which if I draw this out, you'll be able to see it. If SoFi can finally just get out of there, man, that's where we're going to start taking off, but we're just not there yet. So let me transition over here to the options chain. You guys know I'm in these $14.50 calls that expire. Well, I'm not in them as in me buying them. I didn't buy them. I sold them. I sold the 1450s that expire this Friday, and it looks like they're going to expire worthless unless SoFi somehow just goes ballistic over the next couple of days. So I'm in, again, these June 6th $14.50 calls, which they're right here. I sold these for, I think, 30 cents a contract times 100, so $30 a contract is what I got. Now they're trading at $4 a contract or 4 cents a contract. So technically, if I wanted to, I could buy to close right now, lock in that like 95% gain on these calls that I sold, but I'm just going to let them expire worthless and, look for the next trade, which in this case, if I start pulling up some dates in June, let's do that now together. Let's say, for example, I want to sell now after tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but this week when they expire worthless, if they do, which I think they will, but we'll see. But let's say I want to look at a trade for later in June. Let's pull up June 27th, this date, and let's see kind of what the premiums are looking like right now. So let's say I wanted to just go and do the 1450s again for June 27th, so about 3-4 weeks from now. I'm going to be getting about 37 cents a contract. We can see right here, or about $37. Or now it just popped to $39. So let's say I want to, sell these covered calls, right? You guys see right here, if I zoom in, you guys see one contract, 100 shares each, estimated cost $38. That is what we'll get, right? That is the credit. Well, now we're on buy call. Let's go to sell call. That's the credit we'll get in our account. So essentially, when you're selling covered calls, guys, you are putting your shares up for collateral, right? So in this case, the 1450 July or June 27th, right, expiration date, let's say, for example, I execute this trade at some point next week, I will get about $40 per contract right into my account. And let's say, for example, SoFi stays under 1450 by June 27th. Guess what? I keep all the shares I sold contracts on, and I keep the premium if the stock price stays under the strike price by the expiration date or on the expiration date, right? But if we get SoFi to go up like crazy this month, let's say it goes to $16, and again, I sold the $14.50 strike. I sold the $14.50 strike. Let's say the stock's at $16 though by June 27th or June 25th or whatever, that means by that expiration date, if it expires over $14.50, guess what? I'm going to have to give up that stock at that price, $14.50, and I miss out on all the extra gains. So if SoFi were to go to $20 a share, right, by June 27th, I would have to miss out on $5.50 per share in extra profit because, again, I'm obligated to sell these shares at $14.50. So that's the real risk with selling calls is, well, your upside is capped, but you do get to keep that premium, collect that premium. And if you do it right, if you pick a strike price over your average cost every time, it's pretty much impossible to lose money, You might not make as much money if your shares get capped, but if you pick a strike price above your average cost, you're going to be fine. You keep the premium, you collect the premium, and you keep, and you still profit on the actual shares if you have to give up your shares. Because, again, your strike price is higher. You picked a higher strike price than your average cost. So, yeah. That in a nutshell is kind of what I'm looking to do here. Maybe the June 27th 1450s, but probably not. Honestly, I'll probably end up going $15, for June 27th, or maybe we'll go June 20th. Maybe we'll go June 20th and sell the, 1450 calls a little bit sooner of an expiration date there. But yeah, that's overall what we're looking at here on the options chain. As always, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But yeah, that's a great way to make some extra money on a stock, especially if it's sideways, which it has been now for a couple weeks. Obviously, if the stock is completely breaking out, going to the moon, selling covered calls, I don't know. It could work, again, if you have that if you're up a lot, if you're selling a strike above your average cost. But if it's going to the moon, man, you might as well just hold on to the shares and not sell calls to cap your upside, if that makes any sense. I like selling calls, kind of when the stock's flat, or maybe we had a big run, a big rally within an overall downtrending channel, which I've done that before on Sofi. If I show you guys, if I draw this channel out, I mean, I've been selling calls on this stock for a long time, and I haven't gotten my shares called yet. We'll see if it happens. But yeah, pretty much during this downtrend here, each time it saw a nice 20, 30, 40% relief rally, I was selling covered calls, man, during this rally within the downtrend. And it worked nicely. I made some good money doing that. And I've been doing it here as the stock's flat. But once it starts breaking out, I might lay off on selling calls, at least on Sofi. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Join the free email stock newsletter. And if you guys want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio every single week, my buys, my trades, what I'm doing, and you guys can ask me questions, that's on Patreon down below if you're interested. And we're investing a lot of money, thousands of dollars a month at this point, into that portfolio, and it's crushing the indexes, the S&P 500 in particular. It's crushing it. So check it out if you guys want. Link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.